Hi, my name is Evan Hill, and for my third presentation, I chose tahini, which is a sesame seed based paste, also sometimes made into a sauce. The history and culture. The earliest references to tahini can be found as far back as the 13th century. It originated in the Middle East, but it also can be found in many countries' cuisines such as Israel and African cuisines, Chinese, Japanese, Iranian, Turkish, and Korean cuisines. It first appeared in the United States back in the 1940s in health food stores. Ancient Greeks used it for medicine as well as food because of sesame seeds having uh, many nutritional benefits to it. Turkish pilots back in World War II were thought to be bigger, stronger, and smarter than other countries' pilots because they included tahini in their daily diet. The nutrient composition of tahini, this is for 1 tablespoon, um, 89 calories, 8 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of protein, 2 grams of fiber, and some of the interesting minerals that I found is it will contain 27% of your daily value of copper, 7% of your DV of iron, 6% of your DV of zinc, and 5% of your DV of calcium. Relationship to disease. Tahini is known to improve insulin sensitivity, which is great for people with type 2 diabetes. It's known to improve their insulin. It also has antibacterial properties because it's high in powerful antioxidants. It also contains anti-inflammatory compounds to fight pain related to things such as injury, lung disease, and even arthritis. There isn't conclusive evidence, but there is some to suggest that it could strengthen your central nervous system and good for your brain. It also might have anti-cancer effects, but it also helps protect your liver and kidney functions. Ingredients. The main ingredient in tahini is sesame seeds. They can last up to 6 to 8 months at room temperature or up to a year if they are refrigerated. And to know when sesame seeds go bad, they will have a noticeable sour taste to them. But this does not make you sick if you do ingest them after they've gone bad. Agriculture. Seasonality. Sesame seeds need warm soil and a long growing season, which is typically 100 to 140 days, and they are typically grown from mid to late summer. The availability, weather, weather fluctuations, especially drought, can affect their availability, but overall can be found very easily. And sustainability, sesame seeds are relatively sustainable because they do not have a significant impact on the air, water, soil, things like that. Also, toxic chemical pesticides are not really required for sesame seed growth. So there's no runoff or damage to the environment when growing sesame seeds. Preparation. Typical ingredients for sesame or tahini are sesame seeds and olive oil. You can also add things such as garlic and lemon juice, water and stuff to make it more of a sauce rather than a sesame seed paste. Um, Instructions. You're supposed to heat the sesame seeds first and then stir them. And they also are then placed into a food processor, which then grinds them down into the edible paste. After you add the olive oil, and then after you add the olive oil is when you can add other things to kind of improve the flavor. I really enjoyed the tahini. It was super simple to make, and it tasted really good. I ate it with warm pita bread and carrots, just like I normally do with hummus. Except it had a slightly more bitter taste to it than hummus does, but it still had that strong nutty flavor. And some of the recipes add things like lemon juice and garlic, which I did just because I wanted it more like a sauce than rather like a hummus paste. Here's the picture of when I was mixing everything together and after the food processor. And I also used a whisk just to kind of keep it from clumping. Comparison. I assumed Tahiti was going to be super bland and tasteless just because there were so little ingredients, and that's why I added the garlic and lemon juice. But even before I added the garlic and lemon juice, it had a strong flavor to it, which I really enjoyed. Especially just the strong nuttiness from the sesame seeds. And dipping it with carrots was really good. I did read that that can be turned into a really good salad dressing, so I think I'm gonna try that next. And here are my references.